we're living in a time where there is no barriers to entry when it comes to creation. And some might see that as a bad thing, but I see it as a good thing, because now there's no excuse not to create. The only thing that you're going to have to refine is always your ideas, because at the end of the day, when it comes to any creation, it's about the idea, about the representation of what you are showing. Is it good? Is it not good? I mean, people are making AI memes that are funny as fuck, and nobody's bitching about it. It's about your idea. You can't write that well, use AI and help refine your idea. It's never, you can't draw that well, use AI. It's always about refining. It's always about the end product. Nobody cares if it's AI or not. I mean, at this point, there's no, eventually it's going to get to the point where we won't even know. But again, creation, if you're not creating, that's because you're just lazy. You've got AI. You don't even have the excuse anymore that you don't have the skill. You just don't have the taste. And cool, like, you just start creating. You can eventually get to the skill, but it's about refining those ideas, right? A lot of ideas, a lot of images, drawing, it's all observational. AI can't create things that it never witnessed, and so can you. You can't like make shit up like out of pure imagination. You always use something you've seen, right? Your dreams are the same way. You can't dream about something you've never seen. So there is no excuse not to create. There is no excuse to say, I don't have the skill. Yeah, you don't have the skill, but you still have the idea. You can still come up with something. Will it be respected? Probably not. But again, and I'm not talking about creation for like content or creation for like money. I'm talking about yourself. You're refining your ideas, becoming more in depth, right? I don't dislike AI. I'm not super against AI. I think it's a good tool, just like the calculator, just like the internet. It's just different, right? And we're all old people at heart, and we're gonna just hate things for it not being the way that. If I had AI, I'd be probably dumb as fuck. But still, like, there is ways to learn. I don't see anything as good or evil. I mean, the way AI uses resources is pretty shitty, but I don't think AI, the actual thing, is bad. I think it's going to change a lot of stuff. But again, you don't have an excuse not to create. You don't have an excuse not to form things. Yes, you don't have the skill, but again, we're not talking about creation for money or for acolytes or we're just talking about creating your ideas and refining them, right? AI is just a tool, just like the same way a pencil's a tool. But each tool has a varied amount of a learning curve, right? To draw has a lot of time. You have to learn, but with AI, you can diminish that time, right? And it's more about the idea and refining it. And if anything, like, if you don't have the skill, you can always ask somebody else, right? If you have an idea and you're just not good at verbalizing that idea or coming up with sentences that verbalize your idea, like if you're just not a good writer, again, AI. I'm not saying copy it for verbatim, but explain to it what you're trying to say with your limited, because it is hard. Like, the way that we view the world is through our personal lens. And I'm not one of those people that just make fun of people that use AI. I think it's a very good way to tap into people's mindset with, like, you know, some people grew up in shitty places with limited vocabulary. So why are we making fun of them? You know, this is a good tool to help them get more in depth, right? They're going to ask questions, and then the AI kind of acts like them, which I do think is kind of creepy. But it's about, we're trying to open up people's view, right? So with AI, you can refine those ideas. If you have questions, you can refine those ideas. And I hate this weird elitism for people that have, like, even just a decent education. It sucks because there's people that have really good ideas. They're just not able to verbalize it, right? Because they grew up in a shitty system, or they grew up poor in a shitty system, and maybe their parents didn't give a shit. You know, you don't do the same thing to autistic people where you're like, you're retarded. No, you don't do that to them. They just have a different worldview because they're wired different. And growing up does change your wiring. You grow up viewing the world differently. So AI might be able to help people that either have a limited vocabulary to show you what they mean. Because it's like somebody that just speaks, rude. Like, there's this meme from Modern Family where Gloria says, "I'm so smart in my language." And I feel the same way. There's a lot of people that I believe are very smart. They just can't refine the idea because they're very limited to what they learned, right? With AI, you can, hey, this is what, and how do I explain this? And it'll give you a good answer, not a great answer. It's still up to you to refine it. But it might help people with these limited viewpoints, and again, limited skill, because speaking and vocabulary is a skill that we all forget, right? If you grew up in a shitty school system, your skills are limited because the teachers probably did not give a shit. So it bothers me that we see AI as this, like, I mean, granted, it is, some stuff is stupid, but it's not like harmful, except for the actual energy consumption. But that's a different thing. We're speaking of just directly on the usefulness of AI. AI is not bad. I think it's a very good tool that might help people with limited vocabulary, limited skill, right? When it comes to the English language, there is a skill component because English is difficult. And if you grew up somewhere where not a good education, your skill's limited. So I don't know why there's this, but again, that's kind of like some weird elitism shit where it's like, I don't use AI. Well, it's like, well, you probably grew up somewhere nice. You grew up somewhere where you were taught well. Again, everything, if we see everything as a skill, from reading, writing, all this, some schools, the way you grew up, limit your skills. So it's difficult because with AI, it's just about helping refine. It takes the skill component out, and it helps you as somebody that doesn't have those elevated skills like other people, help you refine your ideas. Helps you create, right? Helps you understand. So again, with what I'm saying with AI is that there is no more excuse not to create. To quote Filthy Frank, in the day where information is unlimited, choosing to be stupid is a choice. Choosing to be ignorant is a choice, right? And now it's the same thing with skill. You don't have a problem anymore. The skill's not even a thing that you have to worry about. You don't have to refine your writing anymore. You don't have to refine. I mean, again, I think you should still do it, but it helps you not feel like it's an overburdening. You can still refine your idea. You still can get those ideas out there. So there's no problem anymore. You don't have to worry about skill. You don't have to worry about you just have to have the idea and refine it and get it out there. And for yourself as well. Like, eventually you'll get those skills. There's only one rule, and that's there is no rules. Everything's acceptable. And as long as you're not being a cheater And even if you are, just be a good cheater. I don't think it's wrong to use AI writing or AI art, but it has to be good. Like, that's the problem, is that you, even with AI writing and AI art, the reason it sucks is because people aren't even trying to refine it. They're just like bloop, bloop, bloop. Like a good AI artist would be somebody that nobody would know. A good AI writer would be somebody with good taste. Everything's going to be about your idea and how refined it is. So it sucks because, like, again, skill's not a problem anymore. If it's just a matter of an idea and how much you're willing to put into it. So I don't know how to end this video, but again, there's no more issues. Skill's not even a barrier to entry anymore. As long as you have an idea, just refine it, use whatever means necessary, and get it out there.